Coming up, we've got feet being recognised at Walt Disney World. We've got my Luke Cage trailer reaction, and also we've got some new Disney Princess DVDs coming our way. What's up, everyone? It's Roger here from DisKingdom.com. It is Wednesday. It is time for your DisKingdom Daily News, so let's jump into it. Okay, so this kind of goes in the odd section for this week. Disney have apparently issued a patent on some kind of new technology where, as guests enter the theme parks, they are going to have photographs of their feet taken, and then that will be used as they go around the park to allocate it to like a name and an address and sort of age. And it's just this weird thing of, like, you know, as a guest walks on, you know, they will be recognized by the software that this person's there because of their feet, and then they'll get like a personalized message, or they'll be able to track where they are, what they're doing. Now, part of this sounds very like Big Brother-esque in terms of being tracked while you're in the parks, and had this not been for magic bands, I probably would have been a little bit more sort of, you know, going, well, what's all this? But this is essentially, to the sounds of it, sounds like a way of sort of rolling out some of the functionality of a magic band, which is what you can wear at Walt Disney World, and they track you, and you can use them for fast passes, you can use it for your hotel room. But this still seems like the sort of simpler version of being able to track maybe all guests that are coming in and use this technology. So when you walk in, they take a picture of your feet, and then therefore you pick your name, age, and where you are from. So when you walk in to see Mickey Mouse, they know that who you are pretty much straight away, because the software has already detected you as you walked in using some more technology. Now, this could be a little bit more interesting if you've got flip-flops on, or, you know, but if you're going around Walt Disney World in your flip-flops or thongs or whatever they want to call them in your particular country, that could be a bit of an issue. But this one's a really odd one, and part of me is just like, this sounds a bit silly. Disney have already come out and said that, you know, they do a lot of patents. Not all of them necessarily come to pass, but this one here doesn't sound too far-fetched, because, you know, magic bands are already here. We've already got a lot of this. You know, when you go on to certain attractions, it will say your name because of your magic band. So this would just roll out all over the place. Now, whether or not they use it for people with magic bands or how it would work. Now, I think the idea that maybe they take a picture of your feet is that not necessarily because, you know, maybe you have unique shoes on. You know, there are a lot of different shoes out there, so it could be a little bit interesting. But also maybe it's less personal, less people are worried about maybe, you know, having their photograph taken. Because if this was like, so for example, your face, I could see a lot of people maybe objecting to this as they walked in. But if it's their feet, they might be like, well, if you can recognize me from my feet, and if it's maybe not necessarily all your name, maybe just your first name and age and maybe your state or country, that could be a great way of doing it. But also, I think it could be it's just, I think from Disney's point of view, you know, they'll be able to track where people go, maybe get a better idea of how people move around the park. And this is the key thing with the theme parks. If they have data, they can work out a lot of things. And obviously, like the magic bands, they have allowed for Disney to really kind of sort of work out where people are needed, what fast passes, what attractions, what times. And this could be really interesting. It's going to be, like I said, interesting to see if this rolls out everywhere, or if this is just going to be sort of another pattern that sort of goes off. And we, like, lots of different companies register stuff, not necessarily knowing if they're going to use it or not, but they've obviously been doing some experiments and some thoughts on this idea. But I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Get in touch with us either using the comments or using social media. Looks like Disney are going to be re-releasing some Disney classic princess movies to tie in with the 25th anniversary of Beauty and the Beast. There's going to be a whole host of different ones coming out. They really have kind of gone to town with them. They're going to be available in the US from September the 6th to October the 17th. There are 11 Disney princess movies coming out, including you've got Aladdin, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you've got Tangled, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, Princess and the Frog, Brave, Pocahontas, and Mulan. So this one, like I said, these are pretty cool. These are going to be out, as I said, on DVD, Blu-ray, digital versions. Now, part of me thinks with this is just kind of really just at that time of the year, Disney usually tend to re-release these DVDs every now and again to kind of get ready for the Christmas season, and then they do like a buy one get one free deal. This one seems quite short, so maybe they'll have some special covers. Nothing too much is known about these just yet, but if you haven't got one of them, it might be a good time to do it. It seems, you know, Disney like to take them on and off of sale rather than just having them out all the time, but generally they re-release them quite a lot. But it's a great way. If you've missed one of these, you might want to pick this one up if you haven't already done so. And Marvel have released a brand new trailer for the upcoming Netflix series Luke Cage, which starts on the streaming services pretty much globally on September the 30th. This series will see Luke Cage, who we previously saw in the Jessica Jones series. He's going to get in his own set in a kind of very different tone. He is like this, basically this big superhero that is you can't. It's basically his skin cannot be broke. He can be shot. There's this great scene in the trailer where he gets punched in the face and his hand just crumples from the guy, and he's just taking everybody on. But he tends to do this. He doesn't do it under a mask. He pretty much uses his name, though it's not sure yet if he maybe will go by the name Power Man, because there's a scene where he turns to the camera crew and they ask him what's his name, and of course then the Luke Cage thing comes down. We also get to see a little bit in this trailer of how he was created, kind of a little bit like Wolverine in this sense, because he's put like a test tube. So it'd be great to see how he got made, because they never really acknowledged how that happened in Jessica Jones. And I think this is a cool way of like bringing in a character, but we're already familiar with him because of that series. I love Jessica Jones and the 2 Daredevil series. I can't wait for this one. And then next year we're going to get Iron Fist, and then the end of next year we're going to see the Defenders, which was bring them all together, all the Netflix characters into one big series. So I'm really excited about this. The tone seems to be very different. More sort of, there's a big gangster and he's hustling local businesses, and basically, by the looks of it, takes out one of Luke Cage's friends or family members, and then that sort of starts him all up, and he wants to basically stop it. So a little bit different to maybe how Jessica Jones did it with the Purple Man, and then also you saw where Kingpin, but this one's slightly different. It looks a little bit more personal, a bit more localized in Harlem in New York. Like I said, I'm really excited about this one. And Luke Cage, it's kind of one of those characters that I'm not too familiar with. I've never read any of his comic books, but just familiar with him from different series and video games and stuff. So like I said, I'm really excited about this one, but I'd love to know your thoughts on that as well. Hit those comments, and also you can tweet us or send us a message on Facebook, etc. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Remember, check us out at DisKingdom.com. And as per usual, guys, I'd love to see you guys in your comments, and I shall see you guys in a later video. Laters.